what I'd like to do now is, as Mike Rogers pointed out, our legal counsel, these rules have to be adopted within 90 days of the effective date of the bill. That puts us in a very short period of time to get them through JCAR, to get them through the process. To the committee, I hope that as the bill passed and as we began to think about the implementation and how this was going to roll out over the course of the timelines that are set forth in the bill, that's the reason that we had began the conversations with and pulled the ad hoc committee together to start putting together this template for you, if you will, so that as hopefully here today we're going to be able to approve these as temporary standards, and then once again, then it will fall the responsibility to set those permanent standards and to help guide the department on those will fall to this board as we move forward from this point on to the permanents. So we've got a tremendous amount of work to do. We've got, and I will continue on here in just a minute, but I would like to be able to have a consensus from this group that these temporary standards are just that, and that we can submit them through the Common Sense Initiative process, the JCAR process, so that we can have these in place by the effective date that's provided for in the bill. So is there any discussion on that point?
You need a motion on the record?
Pardon me?
Would you like a motion?
I would.
I would so move.
So move.
As the language that you stated is temporary and meetings whenever possible.
All right. And second, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. We will submit these as temporary rules and starting to go forward. I want to talk for just a minute. Mike, our legal counsel, has given you an overview of the bill. As we move forward, this is not only this is a new venture as we, from the Department of Agriculture, as we move into the regulation of dangerous wild animals here in the state of Ohio. We have thought about what our role is and how we're going to proceed and the things that we need to do. First of all, I think it's obvious that, we've got some timelines here that are being met. Right now, there is a registration period that ends on November 5th. Anyone wishing to keep an animal that they currently have after January 1st, 2014 must comply with the registration process that is going on now as we move through or move forward. And we are working in Canterbury as the program administrator. Dr. Forshee falls under his authority here, have been working very hard on a number of different things. First of all, to help facilitate that registration. Also, we have tried to help for people that have been looking to decide that they don't want to meet the standards, that they don't want to care for the animals after 2014. We've been working to try to identify sanctuaries and homes for animals that might be out there that people would like to transfer those to, and we have assisted a number of people in making those connections and doing that. But that, at the end of the day, at some point or another, we have got public safety and regulatory responsibilities that we need to carry out. We have been working on how we would go about that. If we would find animals that are in conditions that do not meet not only the temporary standards but the permanent standards, how we're going to deal with those. Normally, we would look to a county humane society or others to help us assist in those matters, but they simply aren't equipped to handle that. It has been our direction that we are planning to build a holding facility here, that if we find animals that are not being taken care of, that are not owners have not met the standards or not in the standards, how we would deal with that. We have started that process. We propose a facility here. And as we move forward with the permanent standards, we would like input on a number of different things. And I would like to recommend, at least for this committee's consideration, some subcommittees which we are authorized under the bill to form to help guide us in that endeavor. So first of all, I would suggest, or we would suggest, that we have 4 committees that we break down into. Everybody will have an opportunity to have an interest in that. That would be a dangerous wild animal facility management. I think that as we go through and talk about what the rules should be, how they should be put in place, not only care and feeding, not only for the facility here at the Reynoldsburg campus that we would use as a facility to help manage and work through our regulatory process, but also for those private owners as well. A dangerous wild animal care and health committee that would work as we make recommendations on the permanent standards that deal with care and health issues of the animals that are out there. Since there are restricted snakes in this bill, I would suggest that restricted snakes facility management once again be one of those committees, and restricted snakes health and care issues. As we think about how we're going to implement this, I mean, we kind of see a dividing line in there that the snakes and the mammals and primates need to have kind of 2 separate paths so that we can get this work accomplished as quickly as possible and meet the timelines that are set forth in the bill. So I would like to recommend those as being committees and would like some discussion. Do any of the board members feel that there are other committees that we should have? Are there areas that should be broken out of these? Are there areas that should require individual attention that I think that we may not have identified as we thought through this process?
That's a question